what's up everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to Get Hit with the Truth. So today we're doing the recap from the Valdez versus Liam Wilson ESPN card that took place on Friday, March 29th on ESPN. Now before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So this card, you know, we're gonna discuss the undercard first, which started with Raymond Muratalla taking on Ngandun, I think the guy's name was. He's the guy that Arnold Barbosa stopped earlier in the year, and Muratalla just broke him down. I think he got a decision, or it was stopped in the very late rounds. As Muratalla, it was kind of, you know, I wouldn't call it a lackluster performance. He was putting it on him, but you know, it wasn't his best performance either. But he remains undefeated and poised for something bigger. And we'll discuss this more in his What's Next video next week, but it looked like he had something bigger lined up, as he wanted, I guess he was in line for, he had thrown his name in the hat against Teofimo Lopez at 140, and Lopez passed on that fight to take on Steve Claggett from Canada, who's got like 8 losses on his resume, and they're all against nobodies. I'm just like sitting here kind of surprised if that's true. And then there's also been talks about him being a potential opponent for Shakur Stevenson, but not sure if that's the case. But we'll discuss more on Muratalla next week on his What's Next video, as he's definitely one of my top top 10 lightweights in the world right now. You had Seniesa Estrada beat Valle. That was a pretty good women's fight. They were chucking back and forth. Estrada's the new, I think it's the minimum weight or bantamweight world undisputed world champion now, so congrats to her. That was the co-feature. But the main event was the interim super featherweight title fight between Oscar Valdez and Liam Wilson, and I called it. I said that I was expecting the WBO because Liam Wilson was number 2, and I think Valdez was number 4, and because of the name recognition, I expected the WBO to announce this as an interim fight with the winner to become champion, because Emmanuel Navarrete has opted to move up to 135 in his next bout and challenge for the WBO lightweight title there, the vacant title. And if victorious, he's likely staying there in search of a showdown with Vasily Lomachenko. So then the interim champion Valdez or Wilson would be upgraded to full champion. So, you know, the WBO did that earlier in the week, and these two guys went at it. And, you know, Liam Wilson saying that it was going to be a war just confirmed my overall prediction. Is he had such a height, reach, and age advantage, and you would think he would use those to his, you know, to his benefit, and he just didn't. He went in there, chucked with Oscar Valdez, landed good shots. You know, he won a couple rounds there. It was a good, tough fight between the two, but Valdez just kept coming at him, and he couldn't miss with the left hook. You know, the left hook was his money punch. He kept pressing towards Liam Wilson, and finally broke through and was just able to wear him down and stop him in the, I believe it was the 7th round, as Valdez becomes the WBO interim super featherweight champ at 130, and really is looking to be a 2-division champ. I mean, a 2-time champion at 130 here with a victory, with this victory. So, you know, we'll talk about his What's Next week. Liam Wilson, after a 2nd consecutive knockout loss, I'm probably not ranking him in the top 10. He's a good fighter. He gave Navarrete hell. He gave Valdez a good battle. But he's a guy that stands right in front of you. And now he's been knocked out 2 of his last 3 fights. And, you know, again, I think the guy's good. I think he has top 10 potential. But I don't think I'm going to rank him in the top 10. There's a lot of guys who haven't been knocked out or or fought their asses off and lost tooth and nail. And in this one, he just didn't go deep enough. Against Navarrete, he lost in 9. So, you know, I like the guys that go and they end up getting stopped in the late rounds. I favor them a little bit more, or they're ahead on the cards. And it was, like I said, it was a good ass fight. And I got nothing to take away from Liam Wilson. Like I said, this was a good performance. But I don't think he's a top 10 guy. He's floating around it. He's right there. But I don't think I'm going to give him a what's next video coming off this loss. So, big win for Oscar Valdez. He throws his name right back in the mix at 130. He's looking for a big fight next. And you know, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can put together and what ESPN and Top Rank can put together. So, we'll see. But we'll talk about him more on his what's next video next week. And that's it. That's what I got. That was the Valdez versus Wilson ESPN recap from Friday, March 29th. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing.